It's safe, it's convenient, it feels good when you say it. The dangerous ones chase clarity. It's the game, it's the psychology, it's the math. Water drops, mud surfaces, secrets are revealed.
Welcome to Get Your Mind Right. Today, we're diving into your questions and insights in our mailbag segment. Thanks to everyone who wrote in. Let's open up the mailbag.
Good morning. John Johnson here, and welcome to Get Your Mind Right Mailbag Edition. And today we have 3 questions, but only one theme, and we're draining the pond here. We're going to talk about myths and merchant services, the difference between busy and lethal, and why chasing the wrong deals is the fastest way to burn out. Now, if you've ever been tempted by hopium, convinced yourself a dead lead just needs a bit more time, or believed all pricing is the same, this one's for you. In the backstory, I'm going to tell you about a pond that 2 kids fished for years, only to find out a nasty little secret. Now, if you've ever chased a deal that never closed, believed a pricing myth because everyone says it, or convinced yourself that effort alone equals progress, you're going to feel this one. So let's get right into it. First question is from Sheila Wyatt from Atlanta, Georgia. Sheila says, John, I want you to blow up the myth that all processors charge about the same. Well, Sheila, this is a good one because this myth is comfortable. It's safe, it's convenient, feels good when you say it, but it's wrong. So here's how you dismantle it step by step. First, understand this. Processors do not charge the same because they don't bill the same. You got interchange, you got assessments, you got markups, you got equipment leases, you have PCI fees, non-compliance fees, statement fees, batch fees, regulatory fees. They all sound official, but sometimes can be just creative writing exercises. Now, 2 proposals can look identical to glance and be thousands of dollars apart annually. So here's how you break stop ask the merchant line item means every single one of them. I want you to separate the true cost from the markup and then show the merchant where the margin is being hidden. Sheila, I've seen merchants pay 3, 4, 5, 10% effective rates and being told that their pricing is competitive. I've seen tiered pricing disguised as simplicity. I've seen dual pricing pitched as a silver bullet when it wasn't even implemented correctly. Now, the dangerous reps, they drain the pond, they show the math. Now, you don't win this argument emotionally, you win it with numbers. Here's the deeper issue. When someone says all processors are the same, that's usually the hopium talking. It's a belief that no better option exists, so why even bother to look? So, Sheila, here's how you respond the next time you hear that. You know, Mr. Merchant, you might be right. Let's test that assumption to be sure. And then you prove out your case. You got to stand on your business here. You got to show them what's real. You got to give them the rock. You got to take your last shot with data. Now, thank you for that one, Sheila. Let's consider that myth busted. Our next question comes from Whitney Johnson from Evansville, Indiana. And Whitney asks, what's the fastest way you've seen someone become dangerous in this business? Well, Whitney, this is my favorite kind of question. Fastest way I've seen someone become dangerous in this business is when they stop trying to be liked and they start being precise. Now, most people stay average because they chase activity, and that means more calls, more quotes, more checking in. Now, to be sure, these things have their value, but the truly dangerous ones, well, they chase clarity. They know exactly how money moves through a merchant's business. They understand margin compression. They understand fee structures. They understand working capital cycles. They can hear one sentence from an owner and diagnose the real issue underneath it. And here's your real accelerator. They master one lane deeply first. It's usually payments, instead of trying to be everything to everyone. Now, when you can walk into a conversation and say, hey, Bob, if your card mix shifts 12% this year, here's what this does to your net margin. You're not a rep anymore. You are a financial variable. Now, dangerous people in this business do 3 things fast. They study statements like doctors study charts. They get comfortable introducing tension, and they quantify everything. Now, the moment you can turn vague frustration into a dollar amount, you've separated yourself from 90% of the field. And that's when you stop selling and you start controlling outcomes. Now, last, Dawson Dimmitt from Boonville, Indiana writes, John, what drives you to work in payments? Well, Dawson, that's a simple question, but it's actually deeper than it sounds. Because on the surface, payments, it's not glamorous. No kid grows up saying, I want to optimize interchange categories. Here's what drives me. This industry exposes truth. You see the numbers, you see the margins, you see who understands their business and who's guessing. And when you help a merchant cut $30,000 a year in unnecessary fees, well, that's real impact. Now, what drives me is this. It's helping business owners keep more of what they earn. It's teaching reps how to build real, lasting lifetime income, not commission fairy tales. It's watching someone go from confused to confident because you simplified the complexity. Dawson, payments is a masterclass in clarity. It teaches you that not all ponds hold fish, not all activity equals progress, and not all processors are the same. And it forces you to choose hope or the hard truth. Now, you got to have a charged mentality in this business. You got to have full throttle when it's time to execute. But you also have to be disciplined enough to pump the brakes when something doesn't smell right. Now, what drives me? Well, it's the game. It's psychology, the math, the transformation, and the fact that if you do it right, you can change someone's financial trajectory. And that's worth getting out of bed for every single morning. Thanks for that question, Dawson. And now for the backstory.
Welcome to Backstory, where I take a step back before we move forward. Each week, I share moments that shape me, whether it's my time as a sales rep, my journey as a dad, experiences I had, stories I've learned, or the curiosity that's followed me since childhood. Because every lesson learned today, well, there's usually a story worth telling behind it. Let's get into it.
Today's backstory is called Where Are the Fish? Now, here's the setup. If you ever really worked hard at something and then got nothing back, you tweak your pitch, you change your approach, you adjust the angle, you might even blame the timing or the economy. But what if you find out the real issue isn't you? Well, let me tell you about a guy I used to work with. His name's Chris Gregory. Chris is a great guy. You can find him in the podcast description here. Hit him up on LinkedIn. Well, anyway, when Chris was a kid, he and his best friend were absolutely obsessed with fishing. There was one pond in particular that they were convinced held the monster bass, the legend fish, that life-changing catch you're going to talk about forever. They fished this pond for years. New bait, new times, new lures, new techniques. They get a nibble here and there, they get a catch here and there, but not much and nothing ever big. And one day they heard the pond was going to be drained, and they showed up on time to watch. The backhoe goes to work, the water drops, mud surfaces, secrets are revealed. Their secret? There were barely any fish in the pond. The problem here wasn't their skill, wasn't their effort. The problem was the pond. You know what? I see reps do this all the time. They'll chase the same dead lead for months on end. They revisit the same unqualified account. And they tell themselves, it's just timing. No, it's not timing. Sometimes there's just no fish. And Sheila, that no fish metaphor, that's your pricing myth. Drain the pond, show the numbers. And Whitney, that's how you become dangerous. Don't fish empty water. And Dawson, to complete the metaphor, that's why I love this business. Because once you learn to identify a real opportunity, you stop wasting time and start building something real. So stop romanticizing about empty ponds. Stop taking the hopium. Stand on your business and move to better water. Get your mind right. Now, today's takeaways. Not all processors are the same. Test assumptions with data. Dangerous reps qualify faster and study harder. And passion in payments comes from impact, clarity, and discipline. And lastly, if that pond's empty, it's time to move on. Quick quiz. Fastest way to become dangerous is A, more activity. B, better suits and better scripts. C, brutally honest deal reviews and tighter qualification. Or D, posting motivational quotes. Drop your answers in the box below. And hey, share this with someone who needs it. And if you like it, hit the like button. And if you like it that much, go ahead and subscribe. If you got questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. Drop them in the box below. Until then, I'll see you back here on Wednesday for another episode of Get Your Mind Right.